She's a wolf in mouse clothing. The mouse's ghostly howl stakes claim to...
Come one, come all to the Burnland extravaganza. I looked into our past and we haven't played this in a bit. I've made tiny little changes. Thanks for joining me nice and early, Shahrazamon, as always. And I've just figured, hey, you know, got to play what you like, what you're feeling, and I'm feeling this. So we're going to be taking this for a ride today. I added one more land because I went to a league and the only losses I was having was to Screw. So Karuni, all right. Good to see you with us. So I added one more. We used to have 18. Now I'm running all swamps and 3 Carnariums. Why the Carnariums? Because we often can flashback Bump of Night, so that's relevant. The big change in the list, I was going with Disfigure / Deadweight over the last few months against, you know, like Seeker of the Way and Monastery Swiftspear. In the end, I just needed something that was a little bit more organic with Arms of the Veins Madness trigger or the extra lands I'm drawing, and I found Bone Shards to be kind of the answer. I'm only running 2 of those. And Soul Reap, those are kind of our removal package of the list. Anyway, so we have 2 of these, 4 of these, 3 fruits for Okiba. This is just, you ever have one of those cards that just likes you? This is like my spirit animal. I watched today, I won't even draw it, but usually it's always in my opening hand or sometimes 2. And I don't know what it is. It's like digitally marked or something for me anyway. 4 Scorpions, 4 Sign in Blood. The 4 Vampire's Kisses, Tyrant's Choice for 4, Sovereign's Bite for 4, all 4 Soul Reaps. Again, we can discard it if we are going against green, which is another nice thing I've been liking if I run up against walls round 1. And, excuse me, 4 Alms of the Vein. Sideboard, Trespasser's Curse, just MVP on this list in a lot of matches, as is Debt to the Kami. I run all 4 because it's good against Affinity and obviously Hexproof and Heroic. But against Affinity, you're able to get rid of makeshift munitions and, you know, just exile stuff so that their little blood engine doesn't come online too often. 4 Macabre, which we often hardcast. 1 Rancid Earth for gates and also for swarms, you know, and acting as a 3rd Arms of Hadar, which we have 2 of. So Kenny RCG, hello, always watching you on YouTube. Just came to thank you for all the great content you deliver us every week. See you later. Oh, man, makes my weekend, my friend. Thank you for sharing the love, as we will see how we do here and go from here. But excuse me, been playing a lot of pickleball, been losing a lot. It's weird. I've been an athlete all my life. Now I'm in my upper 40s, and but it's funny, you know, there's a lot of old timers out there that make me look like a young gun, and it's such a weird game because it's just about placement and kind of knowledge, and very little has to do with like, you know, I don't know, physical gifts or anything like that. And so I think it's almost an ailment to me where I'm like sometimes trying too hard, but I am so stiff all the time when I play it, and I do all the regular stretches I'm supposed to do and stuff. But I think I'm going to have to head off for one of those massages again that I was talking about a while back. So, oh man, excuse me. Anyway, all right, let's see what we can see here. Who's up? Who are we walking? Oh, we're just waiting for an opponent here. So yeah, the new set coming up. I'm pretty surprised how many proliferate and toxic things I've seen already. I don't know if it's going to be enough to push, what do you call, infect over the top, but okay. No Okiba, but that's all right. We got his partner in crime here, and enough stuff to just start things rolling pretty quickly. Pauper Tim in the house. Yeah, it's really a value having my YouTube channel because I can scroll back through the videos and go, I usually like to wait at least 4 months between playing a deck again. If it's one of my favorites, we'll keep this. But it's a valuable asset to just scroll through and check it out. Last night I had a mirror matchup, and my opponent was playing a Necrogen Sensor in BlackBurn, which I thought was pretty interesting. I think if you ran that, you might be able to get away with vaults and like a Deadly Dispute engine, but oftentimes I kill with Sign in Blood, so that's one of the few lists I probably wouldn't want to be doing that. I'm so stiff from COVID. Oh no, Pauper Tim. Did debate. We've got it there. If Shiraz can bring it up out of Brendan Chimpskey, right on it. Thank you, sir. Woo! All right. One thing you want to keep in mind when playing this deck, because we are running 4 Soul Reaps, oftentimes the best play early on when you get, once you're not in top deck mode, is to get to that 3rd mana with, oh, this is going to be interesting, a mill deck, is to get to that 3rd mana with, like, I don't want to, like, if this was turn 1, you wouldn't want to play the Fruit because you've got the 1-2 combo next turn. So we'll just Sovereign's Bite here. And actually, let me undo that. We'll attack and make it seem like we've got some sort of trick. Like, oh, we forgot that we had Howl from Beyond. Which wouldn't even work here, would it? All right. They called the bluff. That's fine. And if you're into football out here in America, or worldwide, I guess, American football is a very, very big weekend. I'm very nervous for my favorite team, the 49ers. I'm pretty sure they're going to dominate, but it's like you go to a tournament with the very best deck. You have all the weapons, and your opening hand is like no lands. I'm afraid something like that's going to start off, but they've had some pretty good staying power, so we'll see. Just came back from a sort of demonstration in my city. Demonstration of the good kind, or were they rioting, or what? I was watching some show named Chimpskey on the Netherlands and the pole vaulting culture there. That was pretty interesting. Like, not sure if it was invented there, but it sure would make sense jumping from little aisle to aisle. Okay, get Okiba online. Get some life. I've had faster hands. We'll do this. Hey-yo. And we'll attack again because that's what I do. Watch me sneak in my top played card, Mutagenic Growth, right? Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I've been playing that Ninja with Ornithopters deck just like almost crazy. It's 24/7 with me with that list. It wins so much. I was loving it. I got in, I think, the top 6 in the PCT, but I think alcohol knocked me out of the last round. I was totally just dead asleep on my feet. No offense to my last round loss, but it is a factor. Alrighty. Let's see what we can do here. Well, Okiba. Okiba. I guess we'll just max out here. Maximum damage. We'll start getting this dude online. So we exile. What is it? 3 cards? 3 cards. We got exactly 3 cards. Coffee ready. Enjoying a nice Saturday. Pauper paper player. Very nice. Well, wise words spoken. Demo for Squad's underground scene, says named Chimpskey, a culture that stems from it. Pro space and non-commercial ways to express. I see. This world's a-changing, I tell ya. Always like that moth dust changeling. I start a lot of lists with that when I'm trying to bend the rules around like something like of one mind and such. Well, I don't think we're going to be attacking anytime soon, but our deck's not really based on that. Alrighty. Let's go. Oh, my son's just tearing it up in Modern at the local Legion card store. Or I'd rather have the fruit get countered here, so I'm just going to max out here. 2, 3, done. There's Lawndale, California, has a really cool place called the Legion Shop. We used to play some Pauper tournaments there. I've talked about it in the past. We've met quite a few of our fans there before, had some games, had some good times, but so he still plays Modern there. The Pauper scene kind of dried up, and it's just because they changed the time like 30 times in a row. It was really frustrating, but he finally bit the bullet and got that red monkey, the Is It build. He was playing Delver for a while and actually winning here and there, but now he's consistently like winning. It's pretty great. That fruit's going to be funny. It's like, okay, thanks for all the food. He won about 2 nights ago, and he won again last night, 4-0, so proud of my boy. He spent quite a bit of the money he earned on these some new cards, but it worked there. Folk in 1978, Italy, it's here. All right. No, not Gorilla Shaman. It's the Modern, the monkey that makes all the treasure tokens and reveals stuff. It's really expensive. All right, well, we don't want that. I guess we just try to win here. Look in the yard real quick. Ragavan, that's the one. Yep. Now that we've got enough for Spell Pierce, if they are running that. Only 2 cards in our opponent's hands. We mill 12. That's pretty impressive. I like the use of the change thing there. That's pretty nice. All right. Okay, so this is Demir Mill. Seems like it's got a lot more firepower with those little dudes in there. Well, this isn't really going to do much. Rancid Earth, not much. Macabre, I didn't see too much interaction there. I don't know if we want to go Curse here. I like the Soul Reaps. I like the Bone Shards. We might just run this back. Take out Scorpions. I don't think these are going to be getting in. Maybe run the Trespasser's Curse because they are running a lot of critters and they want critters. I guess we could bring in Debt to the Kami, but I'll save that for another game. Let's try that. Definitely screwing. Oh, did I actually? I think I left one Scorpion in. Got to do these things slower, I tell ya. Yuck. Got quite a few ways. We are on the draw. I'm going to mulligan. That's frustrating. I'll mulligan again. It's always fun to mulligan against a Millstone deck. It's like, okay, keep. I'm going to want to get our cards back. We won't be needing this anytime soon. I'll get rid of this and this. Let's go. Thanks for joining me, everybody. Nice and early. Give a nice shout out and lots of love to our longtime hero in arms, Shirazaman, from day one, and then Chimpskey right behind him. Always Johnny on the spot, helping me out every Saturday. Appreciate you guys. All right, we got nothing, so we might as well just get in a little black lightning bolt. Zap. What's that quote say? Legs of Hadar. All creatures get. I like it. That's pretty great. Keep them coming. Is Pauper Tim in the house? He's usually the resident dad joke for Pauper guy, right? All right. I'm just going to set up our hand here. I've really come to respect this. When you have Sign in Blood, just do it. Get it out of the way. It usually is a game you win when you do it. I'm here. Just like, that's awesome. I like these lands. It's funny, though. I don't know if I like them for the nostalgia or the art. It's a strange thing that when that happens to you, right? You just, like, I'd like to go back in time and Mirage came out and be like, hey, do you like this? I'd probably be like, eh. Enough time goes by and you're like, oh, the old days. I remember when. Oh, we got quite a few lands, so I'm going to opt to Kiss here. We'll bring back the Carnarium. And then if we keep getting flooded, I just adore blood tokens. You guys know me, and Retrace, my favorite mechanic of all time. I really wish they would go back to the well on that. Just to have a common cycle. Green really got hosed. You got Sen's Enlistment with white. Make 2 creature tokens for 3 and a white. For a land. And then Raven's Crime's pretty good if you got some sort of attrition style. Even Flame Jab doesn't see play anymore, but that used to be a thing against fairies. That and Death Spark. I love Death Spark. No, not Cypher. That's the one I'm trying to get. If you got your Cypher decks, please send them in. But so far, I've been looking at something using Betrayal. That seems pretty fun, but more on that in a bit. Let me blood here in case we draw into our little Matrix Death Spell non-green creature. We did not. Alrighty. Well, then, yeah, I guess I left one in. That really blows. Let me do this. I'll get this out of here. All right. Cool. We're off to the races next turn. So. Yeah, no, I definitely think if we do win and if we do play a Cypher list, it'll be reaching a bit. It's definitely going to be like tier 3, but you just never know. So Psychic Venom, Relic Putrescence, obviously the Vidalcan Sertark or whatever to force things to tap. I'm thinking a few of you have sent in similar lists too with that angle. You'd think there would be more cards with it, but who knows? Okay, let's just go for like really heavy damage this turn. I'll drop 4. Should we say death? Nah, let's say torture. We know what our game plan is. Yeah. Keep expecting counter magic. Historically, one of the only lists that I am scared of with this list is Rakdos Burn. It's between the life gain and... Oh, here comes some life gain. Oh, they're going to make us pay. Oh, it's going to be like at 19 life. Weather the storm time. Yeah, I was thinking Boggle's Shell, also the what do you call Slippery Bogle. Yikes. That's the other thing this deck hates is life gain. Okay, we're starting over with 2 cards. Maybe I should have opted to just kill instead of do the other thing, right? All right, Okiba, let's get going. Looks like maybe they're on the life plan here. So with 19 lands, we're going to get a bit flooded here and there, but I will take it any day of the week. We'll always pay the red. Get rid of this. If they start milling us, it's just going to help our yard here. Cancel. Let's bring out a curse. I'm going to hold on to this, both for Weather the Storm and for the... okay. He still has Weather the Storm options there, but if I draw into the removal spell, I want to be able to cast it. Rakdos Madness, good morning back to you. Speaking of my Achilles heel, I was just telling everybody that this deck's great against most decks except Rakdos Burn. I've beaten it, believe me, it's not that bad, but I'm about 40% against it. Maybe 42. Depends if I'm focused, right? Fodder Tosser is a card that I'm always, I'll take one, I'll lose one. In a scenario like this, it's just that artifact damage and just throwing lands at people, or, the optimal scenario when you have the Sovereign's Bite. Wait, no, the other one. Alms of the Vein. That's the one. That's the one, I tell you. All right, 2, 4, 6. Let's just bump them. Boop. Keep it simple. Make them scared of our graveyard. We'll attack. Yeah, that's definitely the best card, the Hidden Strings. In combination with the other one, it's pretty sweet. It would be fun to make a Psychic Venom, a Contaminated Ground list, right? Just make them keep tapping their lands and taking damage. Even the Surtark could do that. I think that Proliferate deck that we played a few weeks back is going to get quite a few new toys in the new set coming out. So we've got the new trailer to show you all. I've been messing around with Goblin Medics, of all things, trying to get that broke. Trying, in quotes, equaling not working. Yeah, Toxic looks like it's going to go pretty far. All right, well, we can attack with both and we lose our dude. Or do we just wait? Is it really worth 1 damage? Not quite sure. Let me try this. Duke of Egg Slap. Yes and no. Was there a vote I was not aware of? No Weather the Storm. No Weather the Storm. Keep that one back. I don't think that's worth 1. Oh, oh no. That would be so bad. Britney Spears. That would be horrible. There goes some more removal that we really need. Again, we're holding this card both for Weather the Storm triggers and so that if we draw... Gosh darn it, what is that spell called? It is called Soul Reap. If we draw Soul Reap, we'll have a nice little 1-2. Might not matter now, though. 4 advisors. He's got 3, folks. It's getting grim. Removal. No removal. I'll attack with everything this time. I encourage these numbers to go a little lower. 2 cards in hand. I think I'm just going to flash back the bump. Okay. We'll say bump in the night. Remember our fake horse race that I made a couple months or maybe even a year ago back? It's probably the hardest edit I've ever done for this show. I think we had bump in the night as one of the horses. Let's pretty fun back then. All right. Land for a land. Let's go. Mills a card. Come on. Show me one of our... This Scorpion's really hurting us. It was supposed to be a different card, remember? I lassoed 3 instead of all 4. It's a pretty dead card here. Yeah, experimental auguries are interesting. That one's definitely close. Oh boy, digging for a weather. Yeah, toxic's just, you know, you can have a toxic creature and make it a 10/10 and it still just does 1 if I'm saying that correctly. Uh-oh, it's time to get milled, but we've got enough mana here that this is a interesting decision tree for our opponent, to say the least. All right, now maybe not so much. This is the best persistent petitioners deck I've ever seen. So congrats to the guy who walks alone on that. Well, everything does that, Dreamer Stengo. Wish they'd come out with a last strike. That'd be funny. I think we're losing this one, guys. Let's do this. We'll say death. He'll choose the other. Two, 4, 5. Alrighty. At this stage, I might just try to kill that. I think we'll hold. Let's just go. Well, we will definitely have more graveyard fodder in about 1 turn. So I'm going to do this turn because there's no... we're probably going to max out for Bump in the Night. And then I also want to... he doesn't have access to green right now. We've already seen 2 weathers. So I think we've done like 40 damage. I think Toxic's just going to be one of those more finishing moves, you know, where you just bink. Like I've often thought of playing something with poison. There's an Asp. ASP, a snake. I think it's 2 and a green, and like every time it's not your... or when it's your turn, you have to pay 1. I always thought coupling that with land destruction would be a weird little shell, like a green land destruction / poison list. And Chimpskey is the man for those links, especially for getting the... I still can't do that thing with the new spoilers where I find just the commons. I think I've successfully done that once on my own, but let's see. Did I not turn over anything? All right, there's a fruit. All right, that feels pretty good. Maybe I attack and hope he blocks it. Boop. Oh, graveyard's getting huge. We got to kill him this turn. They left open oh, nice. Very nice. Look at this. Fantastic utility. We're losing this one. Beautiful. I haven't seen Vitalized used ever. Actually, no. I used it in Elves when I was first building it. Yep. Beautiful. What a nice way to lose. Vector Asp. I think that is it. All right. The Scorpion really, really punished me for accidentally including it. That was brutal. I think I'm going to bring in Rancid Earth. Not that it's going to sweep much, but they're pretty light on the green lists there, so I'll bring that in. I really like our graveyard. Sweet. I don't know. Did we just bring in all the debt to the commies and cut the cute crap? Just to keep them off creatures, you know? Seems like that might be the way to go. I want to try to go undefeated today. Believe it or not, that's not always the case. I'm going to thin some stuff out here. I think I'll go with 2 curses. Let me try that. I'm just... kill all creatures. Nefsasp. Yeah, that's the one. Nefsasp. Try saying that 5 times fast. Yes, let's play first. Let's not mulligan this time. We've got removal. We're good to go. Keep. Open up our massive graveyard. I always like to cut it to where it just says Deluxe. The Duke of Egg Slap. I gotta hear your how that name or moniker came to be, right? It's not on MTGO? Ah. I swore there was one that did that or had the same. I guess the set's too old. I'm not sure. Do I hold on to that for the Soul Reap combo? I think I do. We'll just chill here. I'll get another 1-drop, then I'll start firing off fruits, but firing off fruits sounds like a red spell. Final 2. We'll be at a full 7. Bloop. All right. Feeling good. Haven't done any damage, though. Okay. Glass Asp. Yeah, I remember that. I really want them to revisit Fallen Empires just for the super old schoolers out there. Don't you, Pauper Tim, and all you other old schoolers out there? I think that'd be sweet. All right, let's get our blood tokens online. We have achieved the 4 mana threshold, so we can just do anything with Soul Reap here. That sounds like a Fruit Fire way to show up this matchup. Surefire and Fruit Fire. It should be a flip card cut in half, right? Got a new commercial maybe in the works. Found a commercial I was working on, and after the graphics came through, I was like, oh boy, that's I can strip the audio and that will make a lot of sense. It's pretty cool. Okay, he's tapped out, so we're just going to maximize pain here. Bam, and then boing, crunch. That's our Searing Blaze in black, the Soul Reap. Pretty creepy too. That artist is just Izzy. Kind of like that. Oh, Glass Asp. Yeah. Is that a common? That might be the one I was thinking of. Pretty sure I saw one that was working on that, but whatever. All right. Thank you, Okiba. That should be our little finisher here. We don't really have much more damage, do we? Causes serious damage. I love Little Fights Reed when he did Flame Tongue Hot Sauce commercial, which we have in the queue. One of the best. I think we'll just EOT this. Bye-bye, creature. Just not going to let him get online. No cutesy sideboard this game. We're just killing everything that moves. Get out of our way. I need some... Well, I guess we got a fruit right behind this. Well, let's trip this. All right, that's cool. That's a pretty good artist, if I remember right. Kind of minimalist, but still pretty powerful stuff. All right, this feels in the bag. They're a lot mana screwed, and our deck is just kind of showing up here. Well, we can't use Bone Shards, but I mean Soul Reap, but we can use Bone Shards. That's pretty cool. Interesting. We still take the damage for the other one, though. That's interesting. All right. Masked Vandal. Pretty cool. Deal 4 damage to any meal. Yeah, my kids are always muttering those lines. It's just something about the way he read that. Man, I was just falling down laughing when because, you know, he'll send me 3 reads. All my voiceover artists, you know, I give them pretty free reign. And if any of you out there got good mics and you've been told, you know, you should do voices or whatnot, even if you haven't, if you just want to give it a try, I'm not promising I'll use it, but let me know, paupergan@gmail.com, and the next one that comes up. It's a bit of work, you know. I'll send you a script and I'll have you read it a variety of ways, and actually some of the time with new recordings and such, you can just practically go in a well-insulated car or a closet and as long as you keep your voice in a steady cadence, give me about 3 reads and it's good times. Alrighty, well, let's Bone Shard that away. Do we really need to? Oh yeah, it's a changeling, so that has just as much variety as the other ones here. We'll get rid of this, and we'll fruit next turn. Okiba's going to start getting in because I don't think they really have any way to deal with it outside of multiple more creatures. Egg Slap is a mnemonic of the 7 deadly sins that Thomas Fiken learned in grade school. Whoa, over my head, my friend. All news to me. Some sort of mnemonic device. Memory expert, I'm guessing. Changes colors as you chew. Discard your brand for something new. Yeah, in the early days of propaganda, I had to lean either on myself or a little fight. Then I know quite a few VO artists and stuff, and had a lot of fun over the years. Oh, there's just a cruel draw. I'm sorry, Guy Who Walks Alone. That is a really neat list. Very intriguing. See, torture. And this will be the death knell here. Awesome games, though. Man, that revitalize move was sweet. Really enjoyed that. Very cool. That's very close to being, like, scary. This deck's no joke. We'll see how this goes. But, yeah, like I said, I've seen a lot of very bad builds of that, and that's definitely one of the best. So, surprised they got a game. Oh, the Dark Ekhaert was also a character in his book, Mason and Dixon. Oh, okay. Yeah, the land sure helped us, that's for sure. I think we had enough removal there, though. Even if they had the stuff, we were just going to be able to keep them off. Keep them off the game plan, I say. 2 lands, lots to do. We're good to go. BlackBurn. We will keep this. Bam. I was just thinking that, Pauper Tim. I was like, here we go. All right, Rancid Earth for sure. Just little reminders next to the game dialogue there. Let's get our aggro online. A little Dante's Inferno there, eh, Dukes? Come on, Tron. You're slow enough. You don't need to play like it. 1 foreign only. Thanks for joining us. I don't think I've seen that name before. Oh, come on. Give this guy to about the 22 mark, and then this is not the way I like to stream. All right, enough of this. We'll just do another game. Create. Let's go. Scribble out that note. Imagine you sit down to a game, you play 1 card, and then you just leave for 4 minutes. It's ridiculous. So yeah, here's the list for whoever in the chat was saying that. Got 19 lands total. Most are swamps, 3 Carnariums, so that we can bump in the night. End of the mid to late game. Usually get there. It's pretty relevant. And also to throw these back into our hand so we can cycle the kisses to get more quality draw. I just can't clear my... Oh, that did it. Okay. I think I did it. Feels like I did it. Yeah, the Seb McKinnon Springleaf Drum. We've had some pretty cool lists sent in. There was a new artifact list that I was designing with one of you. Hillbilly. That's the username. Yeah, I want to play first. Clunky, but we'll keep it. Boop. Wonder if Wizards will ever do a Dante's Inferno expansion, right? Very heavy Rakdos theme. You know, the new Phyrexia, the layers, that's what reminded me. I pointed it out to my son. I was like, check this out. You ever hear of this? And he hadn't, but he was familiar with the lore of, old Maraudon turning a new Phyrexia and such. And so he was like, whoa, that's just like Dante's Inferno. I was like, yep. If you are bored, go check out Magic's The Mothership's homepage on YouTube, and there's the little like making of the set. I thought it was the best one they've ever done. Alrighty. This will just be a setup turn. We'll kiss here. I'll bring out a Scorpion. Some sort of Blink deck probably. I'm sure we're going to see the Ardent Elementalist show up here probably next turn. Man, if Bone Shards was an instant, that would be nuts. Ooh, over the garden wall. I will write that down. Okay, we've got plenty of removal. I guess we'll attack here. I think I want to Alms now. That's great. It's better than hitting our face. They still take 2. We'll discard this. Always yield. This tiny little spell. Bloop. Draw a card. Alrighty. Don't really like that. Just in case we Okiba here. Alright, that's fine. Saw quite a few cards there. About halfway up on the life here. Synthesizer. Man, what a card. What a card. Mountain showing up. Ardent Elementalist showing up. Nope. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to bite Reap here. These mid-range creature decks are usually pretty easy pickings. Famous last words. Play it now for no target. Ah. Gonna Galvanic Blast your own Glinthawk for value. It said no one ever. My oldest went back to college just a few hours ago. The house is much quieter. Not always in a good way. That was an interesting play. You know, they get it back with the Omen. I love Omen of the Dead. Easily one of my top 20 Pauper cards. That engine with Skyfisher. I've always wanted to make like a, what is that? What would that be? An Asban list? A white, black, green with Abundant Growth and Skyfisher and a whole lot of everything. Or as Ric Flair would say, woo! That Ric Flair woo is becoming a problem at some UFC events. They're just doing it constantly. All right, we will Sovereign's Bite, then we will Soul Reap, and then we will Carnarium, and then we will think for some other moves. Let's go. Really liking 2 Bone Shards main in this list. It's just destroy target creature. Enough said. Let's hope there's never any Planeswalkers in Pauper. I would not like that. I think that gums up the game. Never liked that. Just the whole... I was hoping that was a flash in the pan when they first came out. I forget what set it came out, and I was just like, I hope this doesn't last. And then the next set, there were more. And then there were more. And then there were more. And then there was that Superman list where it was just, that's all it ran, was just Planeswalkers. When you're trying to teach somebody Magic and that shows up, it's just like, oh boy. It's like, here, let's learn the game, study that for a few weeks, and then we'll introduce this other thing. All right, let's hope we draw another black spell and we can do some stuff. Lorwyn. Good for you, Pauper Tim. Pandemic MMA, yeah. I know you could hear every coach saying everything. That was every once in a while you'll see a UFC fighter that really listens to their coach, and man, that is a difference maker. It's having, you know, studied jiu-jitsu and been in the fight game when I was a lot younger, another lifetime ago. It's just like Mike Tyson says, you got to plan until you get hit, and that's so true. Hey-yo. I don't want to just kill it. Darn it. This is an awkward hand. All right, I'm going to just Bone Shards this, discarding a card. We'll get rid of this. We'll save our heavy hitters. Maybe he'll bring out 2 creatures this turn and we can do stuff. 2, 4, 5. We need 6 for whatchamacallit, but we'll hold on to our land just for the intimidation factor. But yeah, being in the fight game, you get so just frenzied mind, and you're thinking of 10,000 things. And even when I was in the best shape of my life, it was like you fight one round, even just kickboxing lightly. Oh my God, you are so winded. Like I said, I was quite the athlete. I had a gymnastics upbringing, karate all the time, and some phenomenal shape back then. And it's still, my sensei would just, he'd do this bull ring where he would fight each person for 5 minutes. Man, that old guy would just sit there, and I mean, obviously he had superior skills and such, but he was just so calm under fire. Same thing happened in basketball. I very rarely played, but I played one-on-one for one of the only times in my life with my friend a long time ago, maybe 15 years ago. And there were these 2 just ginormous dudes, and I was like, there's no way. And they were just so chill, and they just had this nice flow, and they were just, and I'm just sitting there like some little, nimble mongoose just zipping around and burning it at both ends. And man, within like 10 minutes, I was just like, I fought the same way. It was like, get somebody out real quick, or that was it. Alrighty. Well, we represent a little bit of damage here. Not sure it's going to do too much. We'll still hold back here. Yeah, it seems like UFC's been off for like over a month, but because of football tonight, that's one of the, I'll probably jump back and forth to the prelims and such, but suffocating fumes is out, okay. Interesting control list. I can't just keep waiting for the elementalist to show up. That sucks. Darn fine card. Where are the Skyfishers? God, what an embarrassment of riches for the Skyfisher to choose from here. I guess you'd have to go Omen before the others. So you start getting back Clint Hawks. I think Pauper's in a pretty good place right now. Historically speaking, I mean, I was real doubtful of some of the bans they did and kind of the half monarch or initiative thing, but as time's gone on, I think they've kind of proven their point. You'll see a few lists pop up here and there, but it doesn't dominate, and so hats off to them. I don't know, what do you guys think in chat? Anything seem, what do you call affinity is always going to be a thing, but okay, we got an option for Soul Reap. Let's make it pay off. Hopefully we just draw a good spell. We haven't found any of our graveyard tools yet. Dang. Yeah, Golgotha, you definitely have to come prepared. For sure. I was hoping we would draw that. Okay, let's do this. Get in for 5 this turn. Actually 6 because of Okiba. We'll rock here. Bloop. Guess I can just sacrifice it. 1 card less. I want to keep that Black Swamp up. We'll EOT the blood token. Nice play. I was hoping I caught him on an F6 move there, but I still get rid of it, but we take 1 instead of making them take 3. It's amazingly consistent. I keep trying to egg Littlefy back into the game. He's completely spent on Magic. He's just like, dude, I have like 0 desire to play anymore. He's been on, he's really waiting for Diablo 4, and he's always been that way. Like, what new bright and shiny thing over here? I've always kind of been the old schooler that just sticks with the tried and true. But I was trying to tell him, I was like, man, your favorite list is technically in first now. I mean, it's so consistent. Always keeps the gas going. There's worse things to have main, though. The Duke of Egg Slap. The old cycle trigger. It's always a nice option. Never did. I don't like this person's taste in lands. And normally, you know, we'd probably be at like 10 or 9 life by now. It's just a nice little 1-2 punch, being able to eat their life and keep our own. Famous last words. Let's see what we draw. 2 blood tokens, feeling pretty good if we do get swamped. Literally swamped. I'm glad they're doing this on their turn. The Garrison. The Garrison Void. What's going on with the art? Talk about infinity line. Put a point way back there, and all those lines point to it. Alrighty, let's do this and this. Cool. And if you can, please try and spread the word of our little endeavors here. If you know any Pauper players, a lot of times I'll bump in. It's probably once a day. Somebody will be like, "Oh, cool! Where'd you get it?" And I'm like, "You ever hear of Pauperganda?" And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "Oh God!" It's like I've been trying so hard. We'll play the red. So hopefully some of you in the chat, that's happened to too. All right, let's get 3 life back. But if you can spread the word, I would greatly appreciate it. Oh, let's get our blood tokens online. Boop. They're so valuable. Spread the word. Let's go. Let's go. I'll be taking a break after this, but we will be showing the new Phyrexia trailer. Pretty creepy stuff. I love it. A little porcelain montage sort of thing. And we'll be back to play. Oopsie. That was, this is, what to call that? Mardu. Mardu control. Man, where's their elementalist? I think they might be digging for Omen here. That would really open things up. Problem is, Soul Reap is just fantastic against non-green decks. Just really shuts the door. I'm going to go for our Carnarium there. Maybe not the best move. We haven't seen any of our graveyard lists. I mean, all of our, which is, it's not a lot, but by now we should have seen either a fruit or a bump in the night. I know we got bogged before, but there was nothing in there, right? Nope. Wink. I'm a big guess. Verdict's 10. Yeah, I guess Verdict's not the greatest thing against Gold Alpha tokens, that's for sure. I used to run that in the 2 spot here where I have what's the Bone Shards now. And when Swiftspear first came out, I was big on the dead weight, both for that and Seeker of the Way. Prowess is such a cool ability. Man, those compasses are just, that's 9 life they've gained. Thank you, Chimpskey. Really appreciate when you do that for especially new players that are like, oh, what's that? You know, and then they don't have to go looking for it. All right, first things first. Do this, discard this, click very slowly. Eat 3. Draw a card. I'll do that this time. Let's draw some cards. Shoot some stuff. Bam. All right. Outside of a Navigator's Compass or an Omen draw, I think we'll have game 1. It's been quite a bit of work, though. One of the other problems with playing a list like this is, you know, everybody's so worried about Kuldotha Burn that they usually are packing quite a bit of, that's fine. They're packing quite a bit of life gain, so especially games 2 and 3, you can start having some issues, is what I'm trying to say. Compass going to get him back 3. We've got exactly 7, though, so hopefully they don't have any other ways of doing that. Okay. Main. Interesting. This is game 1. Game 1 relic. I'm gonna respect this engine. It's, you know, you keep expecting the Ardent Elementalist. Maybe there's 2 of them in the list and they're the last 2 cards. I don't know, but it's like when somebody plays an Orzhov deck and they don't have Pestilence. I always kind of like respect that. I kind of like that we haven't shown him any graveyard, so he'll, or she, who knows, will take out maybe all the stuff. Karuni, this list is so consistently able to just slap spell 2 with every single turn. It feels, yeah, I think so too. This is a beast. This is a mean little list. And that it loses life is the meanest thing of all. I have so many times people like right now, they'll just try to cast Prismatic Strands and they don't know any better. And it's like, nope, we'll just go in for this. Then I got instant life slap. Did we get there? Dramatic pause. Not sure why you do that. What do we call that? We have a thing on that in our Pauper parlance section. Rancid Earth's not going to do much. Really feel like we need Macabres in this matchup. Depth to the Kami is going to be really good too. Yay. I like that they used removal on those. I'll get rid of a fruit and a bump. Maybe the shards. I haven't seen too many creatures. I'm going to open up 4 spots here. I don't know if I want all the Macabres. It definitely seems graveyard-centric. I think it would be a board game called Dice Throne. Oh, Dice Throne? All right. Let me write that down. I got all kinds of things to catch up on. Thank you for that. Okay, no to this. Maybe 2 of these. I'm going to bring in 2 debts. And what are we going to lose? Maybe lose 2 scorpions. Oh, wait. I didn't bring in the Macabres yet. I think 3 will be enough. Let's try 3. All right. That's when you know it's time for a commercial break, when my coffee runs out. Got to keep my energy up. It's a swell game. What is this, 1950? I love it. It seems out of production. Oh, Nightmare Chest, yeah. We can't keep this mulligan. Come on, deck. I put an extra land in so this stuff doesn't happen. Mulligan again. I will stay disciplined. Keep. All right. Probably don't need the Macabre this early. And I'll get rid of a swamp. Done. If they want to hit me with their land destruction, so be it. It's kind of MTG mixed with Yahtzee. Interesting. You have a character with special abilities and a deck of cards and spells to play. You know, Pauper Tim, I'm so, unless it bites me real fast, that's Little Fight's conundrum. He's always trying to show me these new games, and I'm just like, at the end of the day, I'm just like, okay, now let's play some Magic. I'm very familiar with Board Game Geek, though. Play a lot of other games, don't get me wrong, but they're like board games, like with the family and multiplayer. If you have a deck of cards and 2 people or 4, and you have 2 deck of cards, I highly recommend you Google 313, just 313. It's one of the best games you can play with a deck of cards. It is. My wife and I almost play that daily. A lot of strategy, a lot of fun. I didn't know about it till we started doing game night with the neighbors. So the Wisconsin family knew about it, and they showed us, and it's always a fan favorite whenever we have game night, which will usually on Monday evenings we do it. We're going to have one this coming too. Oh, nice, Pauper Akbar. I haven't played Risk since I was a freshman in high school. I'm 100%. Meaning I played once and won, and then I tell dad jokes about it ever since. I'll get our life total up here. Did I play land? Yeah. All right. The chat's very active today. I appreciate that. It might cost me a turn or 2 here, though, if I start clicking too fast. Dang, Compass, negating all my efforts. What a jerk. All right. We've got some toys to work with here. Old Tyrant's Choice for 4. Bring back the Carnarium. If he wants to blow it up, that's fine. But we do have Bump in the Night in the yards, so we're going to be playing out our lands till we get to 6, and then we'll hold them for blood tokens and for bluffs. I've gotten a lot of emails in the last 30 days. A lot of new people to the game are claiming that this channel got them into it or brought them back, and so I just wanted to say thanks for letting me know that. It's really kind of fuel for the fire, you know. Sometimes that's just nice. It's nice to know that that's happening somewhere in the world. Somebody's playing Pauper because of our silly little show. Oh, there goes the compass. Oh, good, we're up on time. I was just like, man, this is going to take a while. Double compass madness. I'm just going to do this plain as can be. If we draw a land, we'll be fine. Then we can Alms, hard cast, Soul Reap. Still do 6 damage, gain 3. Richard Garfield's first game, The Great Dalmoody, is a huge card game in our household. It's a very, very good game. Super. 4 to 6 players is probably optimal. You can have a lot of fun with that. Every once in a while, we'll go to some place and somebody will go like, "Oh, I like this game, but you'll never have heard of it." And we're like, it's like, well, you obviously don't know our family very well. And then they'll be like, "It's called The Great Dalmoody." And I'm like, "Oh yeah." And it's like, you ain't gonna get a game on us. Well, we're just, my family's just, a lot of times people don't want to play us because that one we murderous. To the man. The Great Dalmoody. I'm playing it in high school, yeah. Yeah, we had a very cruel Dalmoody group before I moved to Los Angeles, and gosh, you had to wear like winter gloves, ski goggles, have a house plant in front of you when you were the peon, and say certain phrases every time. And of course, whoever ascends to the throne remembers that, and then it gets even worse, and you start sitting on your knees, and so much fun. This deck just always seems to get there. Get rid of that. Really want to draw into a Macabre so I can just turn off the engine if Omen shows up. That's brutal right now. Omen, Skyfisher. A bit of a conundrum there. Being at 10 life, they'd probably bring back the Compass, but obviously the Omen's a nice little target too. I haven't seen Ephemerate yet. We haven't seen Elementalist yet. Uh-oh. There's a problem. I've heard good things about Robo Rally. I don't look too into it. I was conversing with Richard Garfield for a couple weeks straight about 4 years back. Actually, when that some iteration of Robo Rally. I don't know if it was that one or an expansion, but I was really surprised. He like came back and asked me questions, and I was just like, wow, it was weird, I played a Magic in real life and met him a few times, but just as an online thing, it was just like, that was kind of neat to shows how open his mind is. He's not just closed off to outside ideas. 23 months. Say those strims. Awesome. Holy crap. Thank you so much. That is a great reminder of why I do this silly thing called Pauper. Silly nothing. We're biting arms and taking names. Woo! I wish I could get is there a Ric Flair emoji in Twitch? I've never even looked it up. There's got to be. Should animate too. Boy, I think this might be a timed win here. It's going to be a long game. Oh my goodness. This Value Town. Outvalued is what I'm talking about. Okay. 2, 4, 6. Our yard's been gutted. I'm going to save these if we draw into a blood token, but I think we're going to a game 3 here, guys. Opponent's really stabilized, and we're drawing lands. See those strims? I think that's the first time you've ever showed up in chat. Like a silent contributor. I appreciate you. Thank you. There's Billy Idol. Talking about more life. Maybe I should make one. Those things, believe it or not, those little, if you want to make them good, it's a bit of an afternoon, unless you just have everything ready to go. I have the files saved somewhere where it's just kind of like ready to go. But we're going to take 6 next turn. I think our only way out of this is if we top deck a Soul Reap. So I'm just going to hold on to Sovereign's Pipe so we can maximize. Might cost me the game, but whatever. You've got to have some more Galvanic Blast by now. No, they're not that deep into the list. Oh boy. Arms of Hadar, still not really worth it. That Skyfisher really puts a kibosh on that. Kibosh. I'll say it both ways, therefore one of them will be right. And what do y'all say? Boggle or bogle? It's a little back and forth I saw in the chat. Oh boy, look at this. This is beautiful. Talk about sideboard showing up. I'm not thinking I really want to go the Macabre route. I think I'm just going to go all depth to the commie so we can just shut stuff off and kill stuff for good. Are we still alive? Yeah, we got to be alive here. Bogle. I mean, everybody I've ever heard say it say boggle, even though I know technically it's like bogle. Alrighty, we're dead. Let's not show them our tech. If the whole world says it one way and technically it's wrong, it's like, is that right then? Let's lose Macabre. I'll bring in both debts. There's a lot of bouncing going on. It'd be really neat to find a way to fit in all these curses. And I do mean all of them. There's a lot of bouncing going on, so I want to make them pay for it. This is just Galvanic Blast bait. Does 2, we gain 2, and then they point their Galvanic Blast at it. At least I hope they do. Yeah, let's just do that. No graveyard hate at all. We're just going solo here. Excuse me. Hopefully I don't have tissue dust on my nose. Let's go. Can I get a good hand? We triple mulligan last game, if I remember right. This is all right. We'll keep this. You know, given this hand, I'm actually going to throw back the Carnarium. I usually keep Carnarium Swamp in a scenario like that, but with this eclectic hand, I'm going to keep it like this. Let's go. Good day, says Mason. I'm looking forward to see what you do with new toxic. Oh, I am too. Got to wait till the whole list is out. Like many of you, you probably write down what looks the best, closest, things you're excited about, and sleep on it. Look at it again. Force yourself to cross 2 of them off, or be like, really, what is this? What deck does this? Let's just guarantee we hit a land drop here. Not guarantee, but close enough. In other words, just get rid of that new card smell as soon as possible. All right. I haven't seen any Dawnbringer Clerics. That really ruins our curse plan, but we're going to get one out early, and that's good times. Yeah, well said, Pauper Tim. That's pretty sad that they... Yeah, I've heard that literally used so incorrectly. I'm like, oh my God. I went to college. Okay, we don't have a 1-drop. Let's get the curse online. We'll worry about killing that next turn. I'll drop this. If we don't hit a land, obviously we'll sign in blood. Probably drop land and then Soul Reap. I'm telling you, I think dictionaries from the 70s and 80s, if you've got one, it might be worth a lot in 100 years or something. I think as definitions change and stuff, it'd be neat to see. I like this because we're almost guaranteed to kill that thing. Yeah, I wish I could wave my hand and know another language. I'm sure I would if I lived in, Europe, you guys are all neighbors to everybody that speaks everything, but it's so true, boy. I'm of the opinion if you don't learn it early, or just have a crazy desire and stick with it, it's okay. Change of plans. Let's Okiba, and then we'll soul reap. I'll worry about Sign of Blood later. We're already at 16, so let's get that going. But yeah, we have a few friends who have like kids that started language school at the same time our kids didn't. Usually Spanish out this way. And boy, they're, at first it's like around the 5th grade, you're like, I don't know if that's a good idea. They seem really behind. And then by about middle school, everything's even and they know another language. And it's like, wow, that's a trip. Okay, it's online. Let's get this going here. At least we'll negate a few of those. A relic. I'm surprised they kept that in. I haven't really shown them anything other than one bump. Yeah, there's a lot. The logic of Spanish, I took like 3 years of it. I really like it. Does make a lot more sense. The order and okay. Should we just kill the creature? Let me sign in blood here. All right, cool. Just gonna keep setting up here. Next turn we'll kill that with debt and maybe a kiss or something. Get some life back. Feeling pretty good here. Got kind of somewhat of an enchantment soft lock. Every critter's a shock. Feels pretty good. Oh, interesting, Chimpskey. I've heard some mixed things. Now, we can't go to Europe this summer as we were planning for about 2 years because found out my wife is not a citizen of the United States. She was adopted from Korea, and there's a whole to-do. She's got an attorney working on it and having to prove that she's been here, and all those tropes of the movie industry, like, oh, well, you married somebody that, it's like, nope, doesn't work. There's paperwork you can fill out then and there, but when you assume that are adopted here, you figured your parents did the work. Nope. And nor is she a citizen of Korea, so she'd be kind of out on an island if that was the case. But soon, once we get that fixed, we'll have to go. But we have been warned about the French. She's stateless. My wife, the alien. Whoa! I'm going to debt here. I'm going to say Karicha. Keep their hitting power down. All Sovereign's Bite. Keep our life total healthy. I think the term was an alien resident or something. It's weird. Oh, nice. Caesar the Geezer. I have a friend that lives on the Isle of Man. Really close friends. Talk about a good move. He was like stressed to the core living here in LA, and it's in the same industry I am and stuff, and just it's one of those people kind of got stressed out pretty easily, and my goodness, talk about a 180. He moved there, became a resident. Just I think his blood pressure went down like 80 points, and just found a girl. Just happy as a hog in mud. It's great. Well, that takes a little bite off the missionary. Not much, though. Opponent's getting close on time here. Let's bump. Actually, let's do this here. Boop. I'll do one of these, just in case you always want to hold one black card in this style list. Impressive. These curses are keeping us in it, but they're gaining so much life. Double Compass, Missionary. It's probably going to be coming back pretty soon. Galvanic Blast shows up. Mason 1. Yeah, that just blows my mind. I think everybody's just come out of the womb having talents for certain things. As a father, I know that. It's like just a few days into having a newborn, you look down and they have a personality. They have certain traits. It's definitely nature, not nurture when it comes to that. But I was definitely they were sold out of languages when I was getting in line for talents as an embryo or whatever you want to think about it. Yeah, I think I was late high school before I was trying to learn another language, and it just felt like a wall in my head. I just took a lot of work. I'm thinking of discarding this fruit, and I'm going to do it. I need better answers than this. That can come back. We've just seen a bog. This is nice. Bring this out. Keep our life total going here. All right. If we get any swamps, we got plenty of blood tokens to do stuff with. They're probably not going to play any creatures. Just keep hitting me for 4 on a 4-turn clock here. Sure love these lands. I got them in real life, and the white on the tree is just alabaster on the card. It's just so haunting. Look at all the toys. Deadly Dispute. Draw 3 cards. Holy crap, this is Pauper. Woo! If you're watching on YouTube later on, I always forget to say this, but if you can remember to like and subscribe. Usually try not to say that too much, but I know it does help. People just forget. All right. Oh, I thought you had to cast a creature for that to work. I guess it works on the token. That's nice to know. And they get the life back, darn it. Ooh, maybe I should have brought in Arms of Hadar. This bump isn't helping us. Discard this. Okiba's a blocker. It might eat some removal. I need another answer. I'm going to discard the bump. Oh, it seems a little crazy here. Play this. I need some answers. This is getting close. Discard. All right. I just churned through a bunch of cards. There's a podcast I like to listen to at night called Hardcore History. Author's Dan Carlin, super hardcore historian. He'll have an ad at the top of the podcast that's like 10 seconds, and then it's like 3 to 4 hours of just this history dump, and it's so awesome. I mean, it goes so in depth. He only comes out with a podcast like twice a year, but he just came out with one on the Vikings that I was just obsessed with. Listened to it all night. Fascinating. If you're in a podcast, I recommend just hit play, set it in the dark, and just you'll have dreams of pillaging things and Viking helmets. I guess technically that's my people. I'm mostly Swedish. All right. Man, God, do I want to Arms of Hadar now. I think they're going to get us here. Yeah, that's not going to help. 2, 3, 4, 5. Bump. We're just dead next turn. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. And a Galvanic Blast to the face will send us with our first loss, but good for them. What a neat... it was nice to not see Ephemerate or Ardent Elementalist. It's like, hey, you can build it a different way. Look at this. Just pure Value Town. Guess the other way is Value Town too, but that's a very uncomfortable number to be against Artifact Red list. Yep, there it is. All right, guys, I'm going to go grab some more coffee and enjoy the new Phyrexia trailer. Be right back right after this. Good job, Aran, for the win. Hiya.
Pain is the sign of your imperfection. The flaw in the center of all that you are. But your suffering is at an end. We offer you freedom from flesh. Your realms are diseased, and we are the only cure. You can either kneel before this throne or become a part of it. All will be one.
We've harvested the hardest spices in all of Dominaria. We've delved deep into the forgotten caves of Kelthor to bring you the hottest sauce of any plane. Introducing Flame Tongue Hot Sauce. Our thermal alchemists have flame slashed and fire blasted only the most Syrian ingredient to bring a flame to your tongue that causes serious damage. Get tongued. Get Flame Tongue Hot Sauce. Deal 4 damage to any meal.
Available at all fine Sinclair superstores.
And we're back. Alrighty. Yeah, I want to play first. Good hand. Good stuff. We'll keep. Bloop. How'd you guys like that new trailer? I thought it was pretty well done. That is terrifying. Olesch Norn, man. She is just... Although I think they've really overdone the amount of options that you have. I think there's more Olesch Norns than there are commons as far as variety goes. Really, I was just like, Olesch Norn number 2. Okay, 3, 4, 5, 6. It was just like, good Lord. Are there other cards? Well, let's just bump it up. Get our hand right. Feeling powerful. I'm surprised we lost that game. They just had too much life and got there. Yeah, Spirit Dominion. Yeah, I didn't know that he wasn't a historian, but gosh, just the amount of studying that he does, I'd give it to him. All right. Use them while we got them. Bloop, just in case there's some sort of a trick mechanic here. Bam. Let's go. Yeah, and unfortunately, I think they're, speaking of your overkill there, Duke of Eggslap, I think they're cheapening the brand a little bit that way too, where it's like, oh, here's a special card, here's another special card, and then specials to the special, and it's like, okay. All right, Arms of Hadar. Just a little note, always helps. Go to games 2 or 3, you're like, what did I see again? Alrighty. Is there any way to draw cards? There's not. So let's get ahead. Keep our life total up. Keep them on the fear front. Draw a land. Caught him at 1. I don't think I've seen that one, Dreamer's Dango. I'll have to check that out. Yeah, especially when there's 3 or 4. It's like, come on. You can just feel the greed like this whole last year from Wizards of the Coast trying to meet their little quota numbers and stuff. Bad thing about capitalism, boy. It's just, it's not broke. It's your moneymaker. Leave it alone. If anything, make it worth more. Just don't release so much. But that's an old argument I've said too many times. So I always like this artwork of the new Delver. I don't like it. I dislike it, but it always reminds me of just some pool hall junkie. Just, you always see those old white dudes with kind of wispy hair and don't shower too much, hanging out at the pool hall, hustling people for... My dad was a lot of things, and a pool hustler was another one of them. I don't know if I've ever told this story. He was legally blind, and he didn't know it. And he just like on the chalkboard, he would start learning patterns and such. And he played pool pretty semi-professionally, like as far as like hustling people, kind of the con man sort. But a lot of poker before it was popular. I've already told you guys about that. But it was funny because when he was about 19 or 20, I think when he joined the military, he had his eyes checked and they gave him contacts, and he was like, it felt like cheating. He just hustled pool from then on till they got into, I guess got burned out. You know, imagine just playing a game that's that sort of hand-eye coordination and then just getting like 100% upgrade. Probably even more than that, you know. Come on, opponent. What's going on here? You there? Dot, dot, dot. Hello. Maybe their bladder's calling. I'm going to wait on the macabre note there, Dreamer Stingo, see if it's worthy of it or not. As long as it's not green creatures, I usually don't mind having options for Soul Reap to just start picking on stuff. Okay, thank you. It's pretty. Reminds me of that Harry Potter room when all the goblets start replicating. Scoured Barons on the stack for 20 seconds. Come on. Let's get going here. Maybe they have a crying baby or something. Of course, if you have a baby you're responsible for, you probably shouldn't be playing Magic at the same time. Okay. Some sort of Pestilence engine, which we're not going to give 2 cents about. It'd be strange with the Spirited Companion, but who knows? Yeah, I think you're right on that now that I've seen a few more cards here. Okay, I actually like this draw. I'm just going to max out here, get some life back. I don't have anything to do with that one floating. If we do something this way, we can, if we do walk into Soul Reap, we've got some nice options here. Rico Michon. Love that card. Overseer. That's a lot of card. I got him dead though, unless they can. Oh, that little move saved their life. Double Tyrant's Choice would have knocked him out. Definite good Arms of Hadar matchup here. So we go to 19. Let's see what we can see here. Hey, it's almost like I know what I'm doing. I think I'm just going to get our life total healthy. Go like this. I'll drop this. And we'll get rid of Skyfisher. Get him to 3. Pretty hard to wiggle out of this one. Even like an Omen draw to get back to Skyfisher. Okay, that's part of it. They have Lone Missionaries. Billy Idol shows up. We might have a problem. It's funny too how, you know, in the past, like with Uberval or whatever, what's the vampire plane, and you know, we were kind of in that gothic area, Novician and all that stuff for so long, and it was trying to be kind of like this horror motif, but yet Phyrexia is just so cold and like it's somehow so much scarier, a lot less trope and a lot more newer territory. Dreamer Stingo with the knowledge. I think you're right on both fronts. Torture. Do they got a life spell? That's the main reason this deck works. Is we're a burn list right there. We'd probably be at like 2 or 3 life. Every burn spell gets us stuff back usually. So O-R-Z H-O-V-W. Okay, a lot of creatures. I'm sure they've got access to a few things. I don't like Bone Shards here. These are going to be good blockers, but I don't probably need too many of them. Really like Arms of Hadar here. And we'll bring in the curses. Maybe debt. I'll wait to see. Time to slip Hadar aside. Oh, I don't know if I get that one. I'll have to focus on it a bit more. Yeah, they probably got quite a... maybe some bogs and such coming in. I don't know about Macabre. I mean, we saw an Earth. But I'll probably like at least one or two of those better than the other. I don't want to weaken this too much. I just love me some Trespasser's Curse, boy. Probably a weakness of mine. Like if there's an option to do it, be on the draw. So I'll take out one land. I'll bring in the second Macabre. Goes many, and I've played many games over the last few months. They must have a similar schedule to me. Keep. All right. Feeling good. No duress. At a game the other day, I had 2 Alms of the Vein in hand, and they duressed, and it was like, haha, you got to do it. I was going to say, it's got to be a Basilica play. Cool. Not one creature shows up, and I got Trespassers. Hopefully they don't have Dawnbringer Clerics. Get one permanent out here. Zoink. A little Scooby-Doo reference there. Yeah, that creatureless infect deck that I've often... I don't play it all that often, but I'm always brewing with it. That's going to get a lot of new toys. I might actually be able to have a go at that. Oh yeah, Duke of Eggslap. I love it. Against Familiars can be a tough matchup for this list, and I just love it for that. Okay. Play this. Kind of a bit of an awkward turn here. I guess we'll Sign in Blood. Right, I guess 5. Yeah, I just got to do the math. I'm like, I'm going to go to 5. I'm going to do this. Okay. If we hit a swamp, we're going to be in good times. This is one of those decks under the category of if you're burned out and just want to have a really good time, enjoy a brew and just sit back and play for 3 or 4 hours, I highly recommend this list. It's got game against everything. Oh, can you explain it, Dreamer Stingo? I don't mean to give you a homework assignment, but it's not on my memory banks, the prelude to Faerie. I'm just glad Faerie is just the terms coming back, because we did that commercial so many, like 2 or 3 years ago for our fake drug. Now it'll have even more reference, right? I always worried about Flame Tongue Hot Sauce, our commercial, because I was like, oh, look at that. They're really set up for that. All right. Still goes on the stack. Because, being Pauper, Ganda, and, Flame Tongue Kavu was a uncommon, but it was such an iconic card, I just figured. But now enough years have gone by, I'm like, is that getting lost on people? Am I too old? Oh, that is, okay. I really like that then. Because before I used to have to use Pistis Strike or the one black that -1/1, if it dies, they get a poison counter. That's how the engine would start up. Okay, this is frustrating. I'm going to sign here because if we discard, we can still Alms the Vein if we don't. Wow, we didn't hit it. Interesting. We're going to kill a lot of stuff. I really want to keep... Boy, deck's really not liking us here. This is going to be a bit awkward. Alrighty. Alrighty, we'll discard. Kind of want to keep that 2-drop. We'll discard this. And this. Okay. Sure, we'll try to cast it, get our life total back up at least. Yeah, Kiln Fiend's awesome. Well, same sort of argument there, Pauper Paper Player with Infect. You know, that's why I like to make creatureless Infect or white Infect so you can protect the hell out of it and get there. It's incredibly hard to make those glass cannon style strategies work, meaning you load up everything on it. However, we just saw a hexproof win, but I mean, that's got built-in inevitability. I really like Patrician Scorn. That's when I first started with propaganda. I'd bring that up and it kind of caught people off guard. They're like, whoa, didn't know about that card. Okay, we're going to be losing some value here for sure. Okiba showing up. All right, Macabre, I think I'm going to get rid of you here. If we don't draw another land, go get rid of these two. Just trying to optimize our outs here with a combination of Soul Reap Bump we still have, but I'd really like to hit Arms. Just alrighty. We'll bump and then Soul Reap this dude. Bye-bye. Let us keep our cards. We've tried. We've Sign in Blood twice. We're just really stuck at 3 lands here. Yeah, it'll be a fun next few weeks with the new set coming out. As much as I bitch about them and releasing stuff too soon, it's nice to mix and match. You can always send us lists there, Pauper Paper Player. I might not get back to you right away. Some days I'm really bored and I have tons of time and I answer everything. And I just somebody sent me a list, paupergan@gmail.com if you're so inclined. Just make sure I can just click on it and download it. I cannot stand when people give me like a uninteractive list and they expect me to go through each one and spend like a half hour building this list. Use something like MTG Goldfish, build it there, and send me the link and I'll just download it if you want feedback on it. But yeah, I just spent a good hour the other day with one of you. I think it was the hillbilly player I was mentioning earlier. That was his actual username. I'm not poking fun. Went back and forth with an interesting new take on Affinity using the new, or not new, the whale card that untaps. Same as Sober Hover Guard. All right, there we go. That feels okay. Boy, how did this person get there? I think I want to wait on Arms. We'll get our life total up. Boop. Vampire's Kiss. This way, if we draw into another Tyrant's Choice, we can just kill him. Out of the blue. Sort of play too encourages them to overextend, so if we don't draw a kill spell, we can just Arms and only have to deal with Angler. As we take 8. Crunch. Okay. Hey, that helps. Yeah, we just get there. Sometimes this deck, it stays alive long enough that we can just get there. And we could Arms. You know, we've been fighting for that the whole game, but the decision tree is just better doing it this way. Tyrant's Choice. Torture. Win. Crunch. Woo! Let's go. We have beaten that very cool Aristocrat or Mill deck. Lost a Grinder in the third game to Mardu Control. And then just took down Orzhov, a little mid-range specialty shot there. So yeah, like I said, this is just a sleeper MVP in this list. Been in Magic since day one, but my goodness, it's just almost always the right turn to play, as long as you're not going to have to discard. But who knows, maybe you've got an Alms of the Vein in your hand there too. Artwork's pretty good in this one too. I really dig it. Scorpion could use a little bit of work. Rekna Raid, same thing. A little too modern looking for me, but A lot of repeatable value on this list. Like I said, always been a fan of this. Combination with this, getting rid of elves and such. And we can always hardcast the Faerie Macabre there. Yeah, the fruit is pretty cool. What is that? Bastion Eldaharme? Yeah, very minimalist and wispy. I like that. I don't think I've ever seen this player before. Hopefully they're not a quitter. We will keep this. Woo! I love the word rad. Duke of Eggslap, you just get a high five from me for using rad as a kid of the 80s. Every once in a while I'll hear that said and it just brings me back riding BMX. Come on now. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Oh, nice variety. Let's see. I think I'm going to sign here. Get things going. That's completely useless, but we've got Vampire's Kiss to take care of useless cards. Another reason I love me some blood tokens and also Bone Shards if it doesn't show up. Okay. Does he got the... there it is. One of the meaner combos in Pauper. Nice basics just showing up straight on time. Let's get a blocker. Okiba, you're not much of a blocker, are you? Bring this out. Gain a life back. I really want to maximize our life gain here. If we can wiggle out of this. I don't know if we have. That's why I used to run 2 Guess Verdicts main. Speaking to about an hour ago, somebody's comment about that. We really are kind of dead to hexproof in game 1 if they have it, which they usually do. I mean, that's the reason. Yeah. All right. Off we go to game hex. Let's go get our debt to the kami. Debt to the kami. Bring these in. Those Bone Shards. I'll lose all but 1 Soul Reap. There might be a token that I can nab for 1 damage, or I can just discard it. I like Rancid Earth here. If I do reset them, I can set things up. Actually, I'll bring in 2 Hadar. Blocker. I'll get rid of one of those. I've got these. Double checking. I'm at 60, 15. Okay. I just did that thing where I had way too many. I don't think the Macabre's worth a Rancor recursion. Hopefully we just grab our debts. We can reset here or here. Guess Verdict is the truth. It's the first card kind of blew my mind. There was a common instant removal. Yeah. Oh, you've only been in the format a few months. That's awesome. Yeah, the double black. That's what you're going to get. Diabolic Edict, Chainer's Edict, Innocent Blood. Quite a few things. Debt to the Kami seems to be the most flexible and option, obviously a bit slower. That's what you get for. I'm glad to have you with us there, the Duke of Eggslap. Hopefully you become a regular. Once in a while we'll get some hardcores. I sure miss Mike Man. He was there from day 1 for so long. Oh man. What am I thinking about? Mulligan. We don't even have a... Okay, we've got an early blocker. I think we keep this one. Guess we get rid of fruit. The weakest one here. Scorpion. I appreciate you. Shock on a stick. Oh man, I wish the local stores would drop some of their formats and get back to Pauper, because that's very true. This will be another creature eventually. Let's go. I don't really have to worry about our Soul Reap plays here because we took them out, so we can play a little more recklessly as far as just max out our mana, tap it out, try and keep up on the life train here. Interesting. Oh, okay. And here comes Ethereal Armor. Oh, that's awesome, Duke of Egg Slap. Yeah, I tend to... I'm more of a minimalist by nature, and... Here's the question. Do they have Rancor or Trample right behind it? Do we block now, block later? It doesn't have life yet. I'm going to let this through. I'm going to really regret it if we see, Armadillo Cloak next, because then it's like, oh, I could have just saved 3 life. I like that a lot. I don't have another blocker here, but we didn't hit our land. How cool would it have been to just top deck a land there, right? Bam. Let's do that. I think it's better to just block here at this stage. I will block. I could do 1 damage, or I could do 2 and gain 2. Yeah, it's really no question, like, what the best thing to be playing out there is. I mean, just Pauper is just such a no-brainer. Everybody that comes from another format is just like, why haven't I been doing this forever? To which I say, I know. Okay, we do draw the thing. I can block another thing. I think I'm going to wait on this. Let's Alms here. Why is this so tiny? It always defaults to tiny. Boop. Give me a card. All right, that's pretty great. So obviously I'll block Spirited Companion here if they're reckless enough to come through with it. Of course, we didn't draw the land right when we needed to. That would have been really nice to pull that off. What is this new devilry? Okay, well, that's a pretty easy block. Or is it? Do we just take this? He can't block us. We get him for 6. 7, 8. I'm going to take this. We're at 26 life. People make a lot of menace issues. 6 cards in their hand. I've got to have a blocker, but I do need to draw land. We'll sign in blood here. Hold on. If I attack, that's 6. I'll blood myself here. That's fairly optimal. Now we can block and attack here. It's kind of what I was hoping I was going to hit one of. I didn't know I was going to get both. Feels pretty good. Now, depending what happens here, I might consider blocking that companion if he runs over with it. Try to force through his maximum damage. Of course, against a black opponent, that would be a bit of folly. Don't have the cloak. They always have the cloak. Hexproof and cloak are like affinity and galvanic blast. It's like, yep, we got it. Oh, that's awesome. 20 players, Duke of Egg Slap. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, God, I think our max was like 12. That was a good day. I was like, oh, all right. Oh, I think they had the win there if they just dropped that on the companion and just attack with both, right? Embarrassment of riches here. Okay, do they have some sort of ram through trick here? They must. Gains trample. Yep. I used to like Vitality Charm in my Boggles list too because it makes that little 1/1 for edicts. Well, good for them. I thought they were making a mistake. Crunch. Like I said, that is one of the lists we lose to. And as you just saw, it happens. Here we go. I wouldn't have thought. I thought 1 loss was going to be too many. We've had 2. We're 2-2. Been a fun day, though. Thanks for joining me, everybody. We're on to our last one. Hopefully we... nice entertaining matchup for you all coming up next. Out here in the Americas, it is all about football this weekend and for about the next 3. My favorite team's in it, and they are favored. So I'm excited and nervous. It's like it's just nervous. Yes, let's go. Good hand. We will keep this. A bit of a slow roll, but we've got some options. Okiba, my partner in crime since it was printed. Boop. Man, that's a lot of card. I think when you're at a LGS and people see you playing Pauper and they're unfamiliar with it, they kind of have that, I don't want to say snotty, but just kind of like that, oh, you know, that form. And it's like, but once they sit down and play with it, they're like, wow, this is like really powerful, does everything. There's options for combo, creatures, you know, just everything. You all know, that's why you're here. Something I really like about this. It's a neat balance to that artwork. Oh, cool. I want to see. Now, talk about another tough matchup. I was just saying, like, BlackBurn. Actually, not. I think I'm a slightly favorite in this one just because of our life gain and stuff, but we'll see. Cool. Change of plans here. I'll just drop that Scorpion. Have a blocker for days. Yeah, even the expensive stuff. It's like I said, my son bought used a lot of his funds to get that, whatever that monkey is for modern, and I was like, you spent how much? I was like, God, you could buy like all the Pauper lists for that. But he's won 2 out of the 3 tournaments he's entered. So money well spent, I guess. All right, we've got a target for that. Bump in the night, Soul Reap, the dwarf, pay 2 life. This is like the go-to card now. I don't know. I kind of prefer the Kessig Flame Breather myself. Like it's always doing damage. All right, let's bump. And we'll Soul Reap here. 1, 2. Yes. I'll take 2. You take 3. Walk. Take another. Little Scorpion. So there's a 3 over here. No way I'm going to place it at that. I've always liked those clock decks, meaning like, you know, like the Firebrand Archer, Kessig Flame, just that little ding, 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 just all the time. Just everything gets a little bit better. Love it. Better than at our face. Swish, I was going to say, all right, that's an interesting choice. Pretty cool up against, you know, best burn deck in the format, and you're at 20 at like turn 4. And your opponent's in single digits. We're going to do 7 to him if nothing changes. Let's see. Nothing changed. Okay. Let's take 3 of your life, sir. Or ma'am. Who knows? Take 4 more. Torture. I do believe we're pretty heavily favored in this matchup. When I got excited about that, I was saying I just like the variety of today. We saw a very good aristocrat mill. I keep saying aristocrat. I don't mean that. Advisor. That's what I meant to say. Mill list from a guy who walks alone. Lost a nail biter to Mardu control. Just got outperformed. And then rolled over Orzhov mid-range. And then got rolled over by Hexproof. And now we're up against the deck. This and Affinity are kind of the top 2 hitters. And if you need a reason to play this build, this might be one of them because it does super good against BlackBurn. Just built-in life gain and can race them pretty good. All right. Oh, come on. 2, 4, 5. This costs 6 if memory serves. Yep. Okay. Well, they're hellbent, so we've got inevitability in our graveyard. That feels pretty good. Why do you run Carnarium? For situations like this. And to feed blood tokens when you have too many lands. Ha ha. I'm going to write the W already. Watch they drop what's that? Expedition map. Not expedition map, but Navigator's Compass. That's what I'm talking about. Come on over for 2. We're going to win with 18 life on the board. I always thought they could make Hellspark Elemental in Pauper. Just downgrade it. All right, deck floods out, but we've got the answer in our graveyard if you look closely. Of course, it's in the middle of the night, so it's hard to see. Bump. Bump Baldwin. It's another good matchup for Trespasser's Curse. Arms of Hadar is very nice. I'll get rid of Bone Shards. Don't really need that kind of interaction. Game's not really going to go long enough for the fruit to do too much here. Rather keep our firepower at maximum. Going to bring in all the curses, mostly for the life gain. Going to bring in arms so I can reset. Now what do we lose? I'll lose 1 sign in blood. Boop. This might be it, folks. Hiya! I'll be online a lot this weekend, as is most weekends. Oh, so pretty. Your whole sideboard shows up, but you're stuck at 1 land. We got to ship this. This is one of those trapping hands. The magic gods will be like, oh, here you go. Are you tempted by this? Mulligan. All right. Pays off. Keep. Oh, for any of you that know about pickleball or whatever, I totally splurged and got one of the most expensive rackets on the market. And boy, did it make me a believer. I played last night, had so much grip and topspin. It was nuts. It was doing everything I wanted. And then I went back to my old paddle and it felt like I was playing with a dinner plate. Keep. Yeah, this is rough. I think I'm going to get rid of Tyrant's Choice just because I'm going after maximum life gain so that we can normalize and then dominate. Done. All right, let's go. Okay. Implement of combustion. Let's get our life back. The fragile state of the game here. We really want to see some of our sideboard show up and land. It's like Tyrant's Choice. Not too excited about seeing that. In fact, I might cut 1 or 2 of those if we go to a game 3. I really lean heavily on a life gain here. All right. Arms of Hadar, where are you? This is going to get ugly quick. Okiba is going to eat some sort of removal here. Nope. And sometimes I can pay for the Chain Lightning if you get, double Rakdos Carnariums online. It's rare, but happens. Won a few games off opponents kind of screwing that up. All right. We're going to invest this turn doing this so that we can Arms of the Vein and at least draw if we don't hit a land. Really like to see a Carnarium show up. Swamp Basic. I don't know. Is this Bushwhacker? Yikes. Boy, what an optimal 1, 2, 3, right? That's what the deck's known for, though. There goes half our life. Unless they forget to attack. I really don't like the design of these goblin tokens. The head's just so large that the anatomy just doesn't make sense. My friend who lives in the Isle of Man that I mentioned earlier showed me like kind of the, when you see a drawing that just, the art can be there, but it, it leaves you with a funny feeling. It's because the proportions just won't work in nature. Like even if you look at it like a brontosaurus, its tail's so long because its neck is so long, and there's quite a balance there. Cool. Glad I do that. Let's. I guess we just Alms of the Vein here to get our life back, right? Boom, boom, boom. Try to get back up. Okay, I've got a blocker. I'm sure it's dead. Let's just make sure we hit a land here. Yeah, I just was hoping we would get another land there. Sign in Blood's like this tempting fodder, right? All right, 2 cards. We've got a blocker. There's a Swift Spear. All right, I'll run right into that. At least we have an option for Soul Reap here. Oh, cool. All right. Well, did they sacrifice the Swift Spear here? Interesting play, dropping that epic here. Fine by me, sir. Hey-ya. No light or lava dart to be found. I'll rock like that. I'm considering pitching Tyrant's Choice here. I'm going to do it. Okay, we get a blocker out of the deal. It's actually a pretty decent move here. I'm going to do this. We're going to get rid of the Swift Spear, and then we'll have 2 blockers. All right, Pauper Akbar. We'll see you next time. Thanks for hanging out, my friend. I think I'm just going to sit back and block. We are not the aggro here. We're up. It's funny, you know. We haven't attacked at all, and we're up. But oh boy, there's some more fuel. Hey, they missed. Did they miss again? Fire blast. So we're at 5. Till the end of your next turn. Fine. This is great news. Good times. Boop, 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 ba-doop, boop, boom. Boy, this is frustrating. I'm just going to hard cast Alms here. Get our mana right. I'll come in for 2. They want to blow this up and let me gain 2 life. That's fine. Might be able to sign and blood them twice next turn and just get it over with. I guess they Fire Blast here. They do have another basic there. And I'll leave them at 3, which is plenty of land for this style. Yeah. And play Risk. There goes an afternoon. Good time afternoon though, right? A lot of good times. Oh, never mind there. Again, thanks for hanging out with me, everybody. I always appreciate seeing all my regulars here. You got lots of things to do. I appreciate you spending the time with me and hanging out in the propaganda. All right. We're taking 3 to the face. Here comes another 4 to the face. Feels like we got this one. It's probably doing that for the road captain trade-off. Let's see what he exposes here. I got to keep in mind we're at 6 life. Draws dead again. That'll definitely make him use Fire Blast now. Hit to face. There we go. Play the land. My favorite things in Magic is this dichotomy of, do you kill it and then you take more damage than it does. That's why I like Black Sack so much. Pauper Gandhi was a famous bald person too. Yeah, he could definitely be a pauper. We're at 6. What's that mystery card? Okay. Let's see here. I'll sign in blood myself. I know this seems risky, and it is. We can soul reap the token away here. Oh, boy. Oh, that's death. All right, went for it and missed, but close one. Off to game 3. Double check. Any sideboard tricks? Okay. Arms, Where were you? I think we roll it back. I'll do a little superstitious shuffle here. Whatever weird algorithm people complain about for Magic Online, hopefully that fixes it. Regardless, this will be the last game today. Trying to play for a 3-2 technically. Faced a lot of really interesting lists today. This is exactly the kind of show I love to have. All variety and and no lands. Mulligan. All variety. That's a way to make me pay. We'll keep this. I think I'm just going to get rid of Carnarium. And what else? Choice. Done. Not wild about choice till like mid to late games, so I'm just all about, I want to gain a lot of life, so that second turn Trespasser's Curse will hopefully go a while. Okay. One slips through. Good sign, maybe they got Kuldotha Rebirth in hand, leading off with that. When I play that style, sometimes I first turn Rebirth, depending on the matchup in your hand. You know, if you've got a few too many lands, it's a nice jump start having a lightning bolt every turn. So many decks take till about turn 4 or 5 to really have a blocker out these days. So many coming to play tap lands, and the power gets out of control then, but red can just rebuild pretty quickly. Combustion showing up. The Sign in Blood is going to hurt, but we got to do it if our hand doesn't improve here. It's another neat thing about this style. You know, we use our graveyard a little bit, but not enough to warrant a relic. In my opinion, I'm glad they drew that. Let's eat some cards. Okay, cool. We got a blocker. It worked. In this matchup, Scorpion's so good. Negates a Galvanic Blast or Lightning Bolt style stuff. Lets us gain some life, or holds them back for a long time. So now you want to go wide, but if you go wide, then we've got the Trespasser's Curse. So, all right. 1, 2, 3 damage there. Okay, we gain 2 back. Nope. Up to 18 again. Tie game. Opponent's got 1 card. Tyrant's Choice. Not the best card right now. Our mana is right. Okay, I like this. We'll do 7 damage right now. Torture. They're tapped out so we can kill this. Pronto. Take 3. Implement of Combustion. Ooh, this is going to gain us a whole lot of life. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they got a bushwhacker right behind it, right? Always yield. Give us life. Come on, Arms. We love you, top deck goods. Well, this is frightening and curious. Don't fear the boogeyman, just make me have it, right? Man, if we top deck Arms, that would be pretty awesome. Yeah, sure, we'll get rid of a card in our graveyard. I guess I'll get rid of Scorpion in case there's a few scenarios I think that would be the better option. Okay, the gods don't love us. Bushwhacker. That's going to be a lot. They might not have it. They're going to probably trip Relic EOT here. All right, I'll throw one out. Come on, just have a standard 6. I'm surprised they didn't trip Relic there. Especially if they don't have it. If this is Bushwhacker and they just had it, okay, that makes a little more sense. That's a lot of pain. Okay, 1 Tyrant's Choice away. We take 14. It might be more. It might be 18 if they got a Galvanic Blast. They could just have it if they've got Fire Blast, right? They do have 2 cards in their hand. How exciting. The Lopsided Goblin tipping over because of its head size. I get it. And we're at 10. We're alive. Ah, interesting. They can't cast another creature. I think we're going to lose, guys. Any burn spell here? They got the combustion play. They can draw some cards. Yeah, I'd be really surprised if we get to untap. Well done. Usually a pretty favorable matchup. We just we had to mulligan games 2 and 3 twice or 3 times, and then bit of flood there. Yeah, that's a good little emoji, little tiger flame. Is it supposed to be a tiger in there? Looks like a tiger. Are we dead? Oh, we have to be dead here. Yeah, we're dead. Good game. You know, the games we lost, they were very fun and very entertaining, I think. I had a really good time, and opponents played lights out. That was awesome. Arms of Hadar just didn't find it. Boom. Finish us off. Zap. Yep. Crunch. I am shocked by the results today. We went 2-3. I would have bet quite a bit of money. I would have done better than 3-2. But, hey, that's how the cookie crumbles. All right, y'all. I'm getting excited for this football weekend here. I will be online pretty much all day. So hit me up with your ideas, or if you've got some cool deck listing at pauperRBust@gmail.com. Don't forget, we've got our Cypher challenge. I'm not sure if it's even going to result in anything, but I'd really like to shore that up this week. So if you have a deck built on the mechanics Cypher, please send it to pauperRBust@gmail.com. And yeah, we'll check it out, do some stuff. But until then, guys, this is deluxeicoff, Chimpskey, and Chirazman, my cohorts in crime, saying thank you for joining us. And yeah, we'll thank you, Duke of Egg Slap, new viewer chat supreme. And we'll see you next week, same time, same place, and hopefully the 49ers win. Adios, everybody.